everyone, it's Lauren, and I've gotten a few requests to show how to use the Sugarpill Burning Heart Quad. It's really awesome. There's a lot of things that you can do with it. The colors are Flame Point, Buttercup, Love Plus, and Poison Plum. So I think what I'm going to do is, instead of showing an entire face of the day using this, I'm just going to do like one eye and then another eye with a different look, and I might take it off and then show you a third look. So all that's on my face right now is I've got a little bit of Studio Fix powder with Springsheen blush and Prrr Lipglass. So if you have like a yellow or orange base that you can use on your eyelids, you can do that now. But I'm just going to use just a tiny bit of Studio Sculpt, and I'm going to put just a very thin layer of that on my eyelids. Now, I personally don't have a problem with using concealer or foundation as a base. I don't have a problem with it creasing. If you do, then you might want to use your, Urban Decay or Too Faced primers. So I'm just going to do one eye for now. Okay, so how's that? I'm just going to be working on this eye for now. I don't know if you can see, I did my little Burning Heart ombre nails. So I'm first going to duplicate the look that I did last week using this palette. I got a lot of compliments on it and people saying that they wanted to see the tutorial on it, so I'm just going to do that one real quick. And then on my other eye, I will show you a different way to use the color placements. So I'm taking this is a 239 brush. This is one of the shorter ones that came in the little holiday sets. And I'm going to take the yellow and place that on the inner third of my lid. Okay, so first you have the yellow, and then I'm going to take my same brush and use the orange. I'm going to use this not just on the center of my lid, I'm going to bring it mostly to the outer edge. And then I'm just going to take a 217 and just lightly blend in between the two colors. Now I'm going to go in with the purple color, and I'm using a 219 brush. This is also one of the shorter ones from a holiday collection. And this is going to go just in the outer section of the eye. Again, take your little brush and go right in between the two colors and along the crease just to diffuse that. I'm going to take the same purple and the same brush and use that on the inner crease of my eye, just where the yellow is. Now I'm just blending with a 224. Now in my outer crease, I'm going to take my 224 and put some of the red product on it. And this is going to go just right here, back and forth. Now, after all that blending, some of the colors on the lid, they start to fade a little bit, so I'm just going to add them back in. Now for under the eye, I took my 266 brush and the purple color, and I did that on the inner 2/3 of my lower lash line. And now I take the yellow and finish it out. Now I'm going to complete this eye look using my liquid liner from Lorac. Okay, so that's the final look for this eye. And now I'm going to show you a different way to use this palette. Okay, so for the second look, I'm going to be using mostly the purple color. I'm going to be using a lot of colors, but we're definitely going to focus on the purple. For this look, if you have a hot pink, magenta, or light purple cream base that you can use on your lid, it's really going to help make the purple pop. I don't really feel like digging mine out right now, so I'm not going to use it. But if you do, it's going to be a lot easier for you to put the color there and have it be vibrant from the very start. So I'm going to start out with my 239 and place the purple pretty much over my whole lid. Now I'm going to go right through before I add any other color and take a 217 and just kind of soften the lines. Now I'm going to take my pencil brush and apply the orange just in the very inner corner of my eye. With the pencil brush, I'm just going to take a little bit of the yellow and pop it just in the very inner corner. I just want it to be barely noticeable that there's yellow right there. Now I'm going to take my 224 blending brush and use the orange in my crease. I'm going to add a little bit of purple to my brush and stick that just in the crease and make sure it stays in the crease. I don't really want it to overlap with my orange too much. Now I'm going to take my purple on a pencil brush and bring it under the eye. And then I take my 217 and just run it under there a little bit. I've gone ahead and just added just a little bit of eyeliner, just hugging right near my lash line, nothing too thick or winged, just something that makes it look darker in that area. And from this point you would curl your lashes and add your mascara, and then you'd be done with your eye look. Okay, so now I'm going to take this off and show you one or two more ways. I'm going to do a traditional sunset look, which is what a lot of people do with their Burning Heart palette. Similar to the first look that I did, but a little bit different. I'm just using a MAC wipe to get it off. Okay, my next look is going to be more of a traditional sunset look, using all four colors. I'm going to start with using my pencil brush and the yellow color on the inner third of my eye. I'm not going to do too thick of a layer because I don't want it to be like super opaque. I just want it to be a lighter yellow. And now I'm taking my 239 and doing the same thing with the orange on the inner half of my lid. And with the same brush, I'm going to do the same thing with the red on the outer part of my lid. By the way, if you like the colors but you feel like it's too bold for you, a really good way to wear them is by pairing it with a brown. What I like to do is do like a beige in the inner corner, the color in the middle, and then a brown on the outer corner and into the crease. And that's a nice way to make your eyeshadow have some color but not look so obnoxiously loud. And now I'm taking my 224 brush and I'm going to put that right in the crease. Again, I'm not really packing on a lot of color. I want this to be a little bit more sheer. And I'm concentrating the color on the outer crease, but I am sweeping it into the inner portion as well. You'll notice that I haven't been using any highlight colors under my brow bone. You could totally use one. I just don't really see the need to right now. Okay, so there is your kind of traditional sunset look. You could do like orange or purple under the eye and then add your liner. I'm going to skip the liner just because I don't want this video to be too long, and now I'm going to move on to the next eye. So for this one I'm going to use yellow in the center and red on the inner and outer corner, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do in the crease yet. One thing to note about when you're doing like a lighter color in the center, you do want it centered right in the middle of your lid. And when you close your lid and you try to apply it in the center, when you open it, it's usually kind of shifted to the left or to the right. So the best thing to do is put on the color directly over the iris of your eye as your eye is opened. That way you can see exactly where it's going to go. Once you have your little guideline, you can go ahead and shut your eye and finish the application. Now I'm taking that bright red and I'm going to put it on the inner corner. If you wanted to, you could place that orange in between the yellow and the red. It'll just give it more of a dimensional look. And then I just take the brush and just kind of connect it from one side to the other on the top. I think I'm going to go with orange in the crease. I'm going to be using a 217 brush just to kind of place the color in the crease, and then I'm going to go back through with a 224 and blend it. And just to show you what that's going to look like when you put the orange in between the red and the yellow, you could leave it as is, or you can add it. And if you're going to add it, do it towards the beginning, not at the end like this. I'm just doing it at the end to kind of show you. And just for fun, I'm going to throw the purple underneath the eye. And that's this final look. Again, you can go through with your eyeliner. You could do it winged, you could do it smudgy. I don't really care. Anything is really going to look good with it. So finish with your liner and some mascara, and then you're all set. So this is just a fun way to use the Burning Heart palette, and thanks for watching my channel.